My name is Pumpkin. It's a pleasure to meet you, I suppose. Did you know that October 26th is National Pumpkin Day? No? Well, you should, because I'm a very important bunny. So, my human Peachie and I thought it would be worth celebrating by creating a pumpkin-themed treat for myself and my darling Pudding. Oh, I suppose I should note for you simpletons out there, this treat is for 2 bunnies, and it is a lot of sugar, so please only give once or a few times a year at most. We rabbits shouldn't be having too much sugar, you know, goes straight to our bunny hips. Just because Halloween is coming up doesn't mean I'm afraid. I'm not, I'm just running this way towards the kitchen. Do make sure you take note of the ingredients needed, won't you? You'll need 1 fresh pumpkin, ho ho. Make sure your humans are using it for their own cooking too, because we'll only be using the smallest amount today. You'll need 1 freshly scrubbed and washed apple, but I'd advise having 2 because it's easy to make mistakes. And lastly, we'll need a mix of our favourite dried herbal treats, but you could also use crushed fresh leaves if you want, such as mint or basil. You'll need 1 bowl for mixing up the filling to our treat, and I suppose you'll need a serving bowl to avoid making a mess on the floor. Pudding wanted this gaudy heart-shaped one. The utensils you'll need are 1 small kitchen knife. Make sure it is no wider than 1/3 of the width of your apple. Alternatively, if you have an apple corer, use that instead. And you will need a spoon of some sort, any will do, for mixing up the filling of this treat. It would be wise to encourage your bunnies to eat plenty of hay before and after eating this treat. It will help avoid any stomach complications that could happen from having too much sugar. Well, here is our human, Peachie, ready to make our pumpkin treat. Don't tell her the check hasn't arrived in the mail for doing this yet. So, she's going to get the giant pumpkin. Well, it's giant to me, a bunny, I suppose. And you get your bowl. Now, make sure you can get into the pumpkin, and she's going to start scooping out the insides. Now, we don't want that thick flesh on the outside that she's cutting through at the moment. We want to get to that lovely, yummy, juicy, orange fleshy stuff inside. Excuse me. Oh, Peachie, you're making such a mess. This is quite undignified. Just a few more scoops should do it. You don't have to gut the entire pumpkin just now, as we'll only need this much, if not less. So now here is this yummy, delicious pumpkin mish. But it has a lot of seeds in it, so we'll be removing those because bunnies shouldn't eat those seeds. So Peachie, you know what to do. Start separating the seeds from the yummy pumpkin mish. We want the good stuff only. That's what I deserve. Make sure for safety you check extra hard that there are definitely no seeds in the mix. There, we're all done. We have fresh pumpkin mish ready to fill our pumpkin treat. Delicious. Peachie, go wash your paws, that's disgusting. There, your hands all clean again now? Good, because we're going to add the dried herbs or the fresh herbs if you prefer. We're going to sprinkle this over. Yum yum. And now we're going to mix in the herbs with the pumpkin mish. To be honest, the main reason we're making this mix is because some bunnies are funny about unusual vegetables like pumpkins, and having a delicious herbal treat mixed up or something of the sort helps encourage us to try something new, because pumpkin is delicious once you give it a shot. Now that that delicious mix is all done, the creamy filling is always the best part, right? But now for the centerpiece, the apple. It would be easy to do this if you have an apple corer utensil, but if you're a simpleton like Peachie, you can easily use your kitchen knife as long as it is small. Now, put your knife in a few millimeters away from the center and do the same at 4 different angles to make a square cut into the center of the apple. Each time you stab, give the knife the gentlest wiggle. Not too hard or you can destroy the whole apple as we remove the core. It's quite risky, which is why we suggest having more than 1 apple ready in case you make a mistake. There, she's cut a square into the top of the apple. Now, to secure that the core can be removed easily, she will now do the same for the bottom of the apple. The entire core must be removed. This is because rabbits cannot digest the core and the apple seeds are toxic to them. Now that we've finished barbarically stabbing this apple, Peachie will now get her thumbs and gently push the core through the fruit. Oh dear! Oh Peachie, you are just a nuisance. No wonder we're not paying you. Luckily, thanks to my forward thinking, we had another apple and we've cored it correctly. Now, for the fun part. Here, Peachie is carving our spooky bunny pumpkin face. Well, as Peachie is wary of kitchen knives, I should say, please be careful whenever you're carving anything with a knife. Whether it be a big pumpkin or a small apple like this, and definitely only use your smallest sharp knife. There, has she done the eyes? That's the eyes done. Ooh, positively ghoulish. Now for the fiddly part. She's going to carve in the bunny mouth. Can she do it? That's one half done, but you have to finish the rest of the mouth. How is she doing it? Ah yes, the classic Miffy X mouth. How delightful. Now, what is she going to do? Oh, I see, she's adding whiskers. That's quite charming, I must admit. And here we go, the completed bunny pumpkin face on our apple. And now, to get your gaudy serving bowl, and we're going to place the apple in the serving bowl. Definitely put this on some kind of dish, as there's going to be a mess in just a moment. Get your pumpkin mix and start stuffing it inside the core of the apple. Delicious creamy pumpkin filling with herb flavor. Stuff the apple with delicate care, as the fruit is quickly ripening and browning with each passing minute and is becoming softer to touch. And there we have it, our very own spooky yet delicious pumpkin treat for bunnies. Yum yum yum. I have to say, I can't wait to dine on this with my darling pudding. Well done, Peachie. I suppose you performed somewhat acceptably. And now for the moment of truth. Will Pudding and I find this fine treat delectable enough? Terribly sorry, moment of weakness, you know. Just wanted it all to myself, you know. You know, us rabbits can't stop.
Peachie, I feel so betrayed by Pumpkin. I would only do that 1 out of 3 times, maybe.
Terribly sorry, dear. My excitement just kicked in. Let's share it together now. Absolutely delightful. This is really, really delicious, but I have to say, apple is our old favorite, and we're definitely going to prioritize eating the apple over this strange, bizarre pumpkin mix we've never seen before in our life. It's just what you do, you know. Oh well, I suppose I'll give it a shot. Oh my, this is actually very delicious. Sweet with a herbal tang. Ah, perfection. Oh, the flavor is so seasonal. And like our Pudding Day video, Peachie has formally requested me to include this disclaimer. Rabbits should never have this much sugar in one day. A whole apple is far too much, even for 2 rabbits. This is a very special treat that should only be given once or a few times a year at most. If you want to feed your rabbit apple or pumpkin, give them a small slice of apple or a teaspoon of pumpkin once every few days, as a treat only. I have to say, this treat is incredibly filling. I feel like I've had my share already. So, where do I leave the tip, waiter? Do I just put it on the bowl? Do I? Maybe just a few more bites left. Do you have to film me while I'm eating? It's making me very uncomfortable. I do say I am quite offended. Good day. spit flick in your face. And as always, any well-bred rabbit would wash their paws after such a sticky yet delicious meal. Good day to you all. I shall see you next time on Peachie Buns.